Hello everybody, today I would like to tell you a little bit about cabin temperature adjustment on A320. And this exact aircraft have cabin spread into 3 different zones. One is cockpit, second one is forward cabin, and the other one is aft cabin. In each of these sections we have a temperature sensor, which of course measure temperature in that exact zone. And in accordance that temperature we can go a bit higher or we can go lower with this temperature. Where these sensors are located, one, especially here in the cockpit, is here behind the first officer, and then we have 2 in the cabin, and they are located, first one is over here, but this is just intake to it. In between the overhead compartments, you have a small duct which leads into the ceiling, and there we can find the temperature sensor. And the next one is in the aft cabin, and here we can find the aft one. And again, it's the same principle. In between those overhead compartments we have duct which leads above the ceiling, and here I can show you where the sensor is. It's exactly in that box. With the sensor so high above the cabin, we have a problem with accuracy, of course, because if there is no airflow, you have no idea what's the temperature down here. So how to solve that? Here on Airbus and in most of the airplane, this duct and the sensor itself is connected to the galley and toilet ventilation system. So the air is sucked from the front through the whole cabin, and on the way it is these ducts are connected to this ventilation system, and air is sucked in to the duct, pass by the sensor, and it is blow out of the cabin. We'll get to that point where the fan is located. But let me show you one more thing. We said it's a galley toilet ventilation system, so it means that this air is also sucked from the toilets, and inlet to this system is exactly here, right next to the smoke detector. And whenever somebody is smoking in the toilet, the air is dragged together with the smoke around the smoke detector and into the inlet of the galley ventilation system, which means that immediately whenever you start smoking in the toilet, the alarm start beeping and crew is informed that somebody is smoking or there is a fire in the toilet. That's why they can recognize it so quickly, because air always can escape only through this outlet. Okay, that's more or less about this part, and we will move back to the cockpit. In the cockpit, pilots can monitor this temperature through the ACAM system, and on this airplane we have actually problem with the lavatory galley ventilation fan, and that means whenever that fan is not working, you don't have that air which pass around these sensors, so we are not quite sure what is the temperature in the aft cabin. So the pilots can adjust only cockpit temperature, and the rest of the cabin is set in accordance reference from the cockpit. This can cause a bit discomfort in the cabin. The temperature can be a bit low or can be a bit high, but of course airplane can fly with this problem with limited time, but yes, it can fly with it. And today I will replace the fan, which will solve the problem, and of course you will see where the fan is located. But here you can see how important some parts are and what one faulty component can cause, like accuracy of the temperature in the cabin. You can fly with it, but there will be a bit discomfort. But let's solve this issue. So I'll pull all necessary CVs for this replacement, and we will move to the location where this fan is. Okay, we moved outside of the airplane, and the fan itself it's exactly there behind the outflow valve, and it's exactly the one with in the draft. We'll give you that light, and now we can see it. It's that one. The forward one belonged to after cargo heating system or ventilation system, and we'll get to it through the bulk cargo. So I'll take my tools and we can start. Okay, I have all what I need, so we can enter into bulk cargo. Light, and we need to remove that panel, and right behind it is our fan. So let's do it. As I said before, the aft cargo is ventilated on this airplane, which means that you can transport live animals on it, but it adds extra openings on the cargo, and this studs, they're very special here on the Airbus, and it's a pain in the ass to install them, but I'll show you a bit later. And what's so special about these studs? Basically, they have function as a nut, because thread is inside of it, and a bolt is inside of the receptacle. We need to go from the back side. So inside of this receptacle we have a small bolt, and this stud works as a nut. It works perfectly because of course it's spring loaded. Inside you can see a small plate with a stick through, which fits in this cut. It holds the stud on the position, but to find the hole is quite hard, and if you tied it too hard, the part inside of the receptacle can shear, and then you have of course problem, because those receptacles are riveted on position. I don't know if you can see it. They are riveted on position, which means that you need to remove the rivets and install new receptacle. So be very careful with the force which you tightening these receptacles. And here we can continue with our explanation. The air which is dragged from the galleys, of course from the cockpit temperature sensor and from the toilets, continue through the ducting, which you can see over here, and end up here. That's your outflow. But important part is this fan. This fan is responsible for dragging the air from the whole aircraft all the way to here and release it either outflow or in this area. Since this fan was faulty, we had issue with adjustment of the temperature. So whenever we'll replace it, all this problem will disappear. As you can see, access to it's really horrible, especially because this airplane is equipped with aft cargo ventilation or heating, which means that we can transport animals and aft cargo thanks to this ventilation, and the whole system end up again here. You have a separate fan for this ventilation system, which kind of block us from performing our job. But yeah, I think I can do it. Of course, it will be a bit struggle, but yeah, in the end, job will be done. Okay, so let's start with connector. Let's plug it, and I'll place it somewhere behind, and the other plug for the fan itself. Okay, that's all. Now a bonding lead. Okay, let's do it.
One eternity later.
Perfect. Now, most probably it will go by fingers. Okay. Now. Washer nut. Let's leave it together. Good. That was a bonding lead. Now I can start with 3 clamps. So one is over here, and there is second one, and the third and there. So hopefully I'll be able to stick something here. Let's see if I can fit this angle shut here. Most probably I'll be able to. Yeah, but access is really horrible. Maybe I'll be able to disconnect it already. Let's see. Yeah, it's popped. But of course, it's in a really impossible place. But yeah, it's out. Try to move it away from the duct. Yeah, it's out. Perfect. Second one. Most probably you have a better view than I do. It's even different clamp. It is secured on position by this spring nose, and there is disadvantage with that one, that you need to go all the way out with the nut, otherwise you'll be not able to disengage it.
A few moments later.
At this point I might be able to move the duct out. Oh yeah, check this out. I'll leave it here for now. The last clamp, which is here behind, and that one actually hold the whole thing on position. Yeah, I need to somehow get to it, but I'm a bit blocked, but I'll try my best. Yeah, this might work. Good. Now, somehow to get it out of there. Yeah. There's this clamp out, which hold it on place. And yes, that way it will go. I just need to find a position how to sit over the pipe. We need to be careful with that. This way, I need to be careful with the connection for the outflow valve. Yeah, perfect. Good. So it's out, and we can proceed with installation. This is a duct. Of course, I need to clean it first. And yeah, this is the old one. And as you can see, it's really dirty. Yeah, let's change it. Okay, I bring the new one. As you can see, the difference is huge. What I need to be careful about is that this duct have a notch. You can see here. Yeah, and then that one will fit over here. So duct will sit like this. Yeah. So the air will flow out of the outflow valve. We need to fit inside the way that this duct will fit as it fit here. Also, we will first fit it on position, but I'm not gonna tighten it, and then I will install this duct, adjust the position so the flow will go out, and yeah, then we'll tighten everything. What's remaining, I want to clean this a bit. I have easel here and everything, so since we have it out, I'll clean it a bit and then we perform installation. One last advice before you install the fan inside. Again, even on these clamps, you can find torque volue. So if you don't have a torque volue near AMM for these clamps, most probably you can find them on the clamps themselves. So before you perform installation of any kind of fan or valve or whatever, check the clamps before. If you don't have torque volue on them, and write it down, of course, because from time to time you're not gonna find it in AMM. They are directly the torque values are directly on the clamps. So check it before, because then you might struggle a bit to find it in the spaces like that, to search with a mirror for the torque value. So I recommend you to check it before, write it down, and you have no problem during installation. So let's put the fan in the position. Okay, I have 2 clamps which we're gonna use for this, and we can proceed with a fan. Important is to check the airflow, yeah? Of course, the fan will sit only one way. Just be sure that the arrow pointing the way of the airflow. So let's put it back in. Okay, we have it in place. Now, one of the clamps. Again, this is one of the jobs where you don't really see what you're doing, but yeah, the first clamp is in position. Now we can install second one. Sits.
A few moments later.
Okay, let's finally attach the clamp. Yeah, clamp is on place, but we still can rotate the fan, which is important in this point, because now I need to install the duct. Okay, now we are there. Not. Good. At point, I'm not sure if you can see it. Most probably not. Move the light. Now the duct points right direction. Now the duct points right direction. The air goes directly overboard through the outflow valve, so I can start tightening all 3 clamps. So let's do that. Okay, second clamp, which will hold the duct, but again, just gently. Okay. And now one which holds it on a place. Okay. Now we can torque it. So I have my torque wrench set. Okay, that's one. Now the other two. Okay. 3. Okay, good. Perfect. That means that our fan is on place. Now we can install connector and yeah, the bonding lead. Okay, connector. That's it. Then, of course, bonding lead. Yeah.
One eternity later.
Okay. Well, it's free. Great. So, bonding lead is on place as well. The connector is installed. All the clamps are on the place. Now I need to apply torque seal on the all clamps or nut of the clamps. And the last one. Yeah. Okay. That's about it. Now I will call our V2 guys. They'll perform resistance check on the fan, and they'll apply protection paint on the bonding lead, and then we can perform test in the cockpit. I'm going to call them. They will perform their part and we'll proceed in the cockpit. Okay, we can close CVs for the system and go to conditions, and as you can see we have indication in all 3 zones, which means that there's supposed to be suction. Yep, it's really feelable. We'll move to the cabin. Sorry. And yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear it. But yeah, suction is there, which means that fan works. Yeah, even in the toilet it's very hearable. Perfect. Now we can proceed with the test. Back 1 and back 2. So off, off. Continue. In progress. Now, basically, this test will move with all the valves, with all parts which have something with the temperature control. And as you can see, the test itself is very long, so I'll wait for the result. But yeah, as you can see, all trim valves are moving, which is good. So let's see what will be the result of the test. As you can see, test okay, which means that test us, which prove that replacement of the valve really helps to solve the issue. And now I will gonna close the panel, since even B2 guys already performed their part of the job. So yeah, all what's remaining is to close up. So let's close the panel. As you can hear, it is pretty noisy here, but yeah, both fans are on, everything works as it should, so we can install the panel. And most probably this will be the hardest part from the whole installation. So let's do it. Okay, everything is removed. What's remaining regarding this job is just paperwork. Of course, I have other things to do, but regarding this job, it's all. If you have any questions regarding this topic, as always, please write it down in the comments below. Of course, I would like to ask you to don't use this as a replacement for the maintenance manual. Always use latest documentation released by manufacturer. Thank you for your time. My name is Tomáš. This was a maintenance with Zeto, and I'll see you next one. Bye.